is good people? You are now listening to another episode of Since We Last Spoke with Danny Foxworth. I am your humble narrator, Danny Foxworth, and once again, we're joined by an extremely special guest. Man, I tell you, it's been a long time coming. I first became familiar with him through the Black Guy Who Tips podcast, and actually had the pleasure of meeting up with him at the live show. This man, Georgia, DSGB,
Yes, sir.
all day, every
Yes,
day.
sir.
Man,
Yes, sir.
the one and only Jack Eclectic. Jack, how you doing this evening?
I'm doing pretty good. How you doing, Mr. Do It for Little Saint?
Man, I'm doing all right, man. I can't make no noise. So, man, the Black Guy Who Tips. So, first off, what got you into their podcast?
Okay, so so I started listening, like I've heard of him in 2009, right? So what's Elon James, his podcast?
Yeah.
He used to be in the chat rooms, and we just heard Rod. So he'd call in and do all this stuff, and then he mentioned his podcast. So I just so happened to listen to his podcast, loved it with him and his wife, and just how it came to be, and to see what it is now. It's just like I met some great people like yourself, and just all around, like his community was just so dope.
Yeah.
So just meeting everyone, because I went to his first live show in 2018. And that's where I actually met everybody, because he has like the crowdcast, people chat in the crowdcast chat,
Yeah.
and then he had a Facebook group, so met a lot of people there. But that's my origin story with him, like uh just listening to his podcast and being you know having a black voice talking about what's going on and how things affect us, just on I guess, like a national stage for us black people. He made it digestible, because like you look at traditional media, they try to talk over our heads, or they ignore us all, all in the same breath. So he made it digestible. And funny dude, him and his
Yeah, for
wife,
sure.
funny.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's where that started.
Okay. And man, that my first actually when we met, that was actually the first live show that I went to. I drove and I talked to Leonard Brothers
Yep.
in the
Yep.
lobby prior to the show starting. And then whenever they wrapped up, and I'm walking out of my seat and about to walk up the aisle, and I feel somebody touch me on my shoulder. And I turned around, I was like, yo, man, I
Yep.
did not expect to see you here, man. This is dope.
Yep.
It was such a dope experience, man.
Yeah, it's crazy meeting screen names and handles in person.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's like,
Yeah.
you just see their letters that they make up with their name, and you actually meet them. They're real people. So, and then depending on the people, like how they type or how they express themselves, usually it kind of, like, the cool ones, I should say, it
Yeah.
lines up. How they sound, and just their mannerisms and stuff. So, yep.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. And you know what? It was something about you saying podcast in 2009, and then immediately made me want to pivot just a little bit, because there's another podcast that you and I are big fans of that started back then, man. The Combat Jack Show, man.
Oh yeah, man. Oh man, I got some stories. So, like, we used to DM back and forth.
No kidding.
So yeah, so we DM back and forth. I met him, and like physically in 2016, he did a show down in Atlanta. And then how universes clash, man. We DM Wally Sparks had a party at the graveyard. It was at the not the graveyard. It's a place behind the graveyard. I forgot the name of it. I told him about it. We went to that party. He met up with like him and Wally was chilling. Just met up and stuff. It was just the craziest thing, it was like I was kind of the liaison between them meeting, I think. I don't
Wow.
from my perspective, I don't know if they met before me or talked or whatever, but it was just cool to kind of make that told him to come to the party, and he did. So it was just cool that happened. So
So was this an
go ahead.
A3C?
I think it was. Matter of fact, it was A3C. So that you're right. It was at around that time because it was really big around in Atlanta. So weirdly enough, I don't even think it happens. I don't hear anything about it anymore. So
Yeah.
I think was it Afro? What's the other con? It's an Afro. It goes to Atlanta and New York. I can't think of the name, but it's basically like a black version of it's I want to say it's Afro punk. I may be tanking it. But yeah, but that's what it was with A3C, and it was just cool to kind of connect because why I love Wally Spark. That's like my favorite DJ, as the
Yeah.
T-shirt says. That's like my favorite DJ. Really cool guy. And it just was fun hearing y'all banter about baseball. So that's just that was dope. Kind of seeing the people I know kind of interact in a in over the interwebs. So
Yeah.
that was cool.
And almost like you how you met Combat via DM. That's the same way I met Wally Sparks.
Wow.
Like because I was he was on Twitter one day. This was a while back, and there's somebody left a tweet that said, what's something that you're passionate about that you can talk about all day? And he said wrestling and baseball. And I was like, light bulb went off in my head. I was like, I think I might have my lane. And so I was at work and I just DM'd him and I told him who I was, told him what my podcast was about, and I was like, would you be interested? Like 3 minutes later, he hits me back like, dude, I'd never get to talk about baseball. I would love to.
Mhm.
And that's basically how it started. I was like, wow, podcasting can be a really good thing when it wants to be, man.
Yeah, like if you have like your heart, like if you it depends on the person and then
Yeah,
depend on your makeup because like uh if you have a topic that you genuinely love, your audience will tap in with you. You know
yeah,
what I'm saying? Because they have that same interest. And you know, a slow burn because we go back to the black guy who took it was like he cultivated his audience and it just build and build and builds and like meeting them they are genuinely good people
yeah,
and that's when I think stuff lasts. You don't get that spark, like like if you looking to cause drama or talking about drama all the time, that's only so much either people will tolerate or just your voice just get like if you it's kind of like if something like somebody's beating the hammer, you'll notice it first, but they keep doing it, you'll get numb to it. And that's what I compare it to, like, just like shot jocks.
yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So that stuff gets old. So um if you're a genuinely good person, people will tap in with you, like such as
That's real.
yourself.
That's real.
Yeah.
I appreciate it, man. And it's funny whenever they wrap the show up, the live show, and going back to what you were saying about Rod being a good-hearted person. Soon as I met him, first thing you said was, "All right, Danny, I need that bar impression. Come on, give it to me."
That is
Like,
hey man, I love hearing that because it's so funny. Because if you listen to the show, which I know a lot of your audience listens to that show, it, hey man, if you're around the corner and you just start talking like him and he's in the vicinity, somebody's gonna look and see, are you talking to me? You know what I'm saying? So he's a funny dude, man.
He is.
Boy, it's hilarious.
He really is. Man, so let's take it back to the very beginning. Growing up,
Mm,
what was life like in Georgia for a young Jack Eclectic?
okay, so uh I was always uh I guess you could say the weird, like not weird in a good way. Cause I did skateboard. I wasn't good at it. I was in the band. I was a shy kid, loved Transformers, just but I was in the hood. Like where I grew up at, I was literally in a very black, go around the corner, you may see something you're not supposed to see neighborhood.
Mm,
So, um, just me going through that, and I think it helped me to see the world differently. Because I was always interested in things that uh you can say things are taboo in the black community. Like comic books, skateboarding, uh just stuff like that. It can you have to know how to maneuver when you're in different you grow up a certain way or diff in a black neighborhood of however you
mm-hmm.
want to say it, and then what was you know out of the norm. My parents were still together, like it was like a traditional black family. So, just being a shy kid and being interested in those things, it was hard to express yourself when you're in a small black city like that. Because like it's hard to find your tribe because like you have people that play sports and then the popular kids.
Yeah,
And so, like now there are, you have different spaces you can click on hashtags to kind of find your tribe or what you're interested in. That didn't exist. You had to look up and find somebody that like comic books, and you have to look around and see y'all like comic books, like just stuff
yeah,
like that. So to find your tribe, it was very hard. But I think once I got to high school, you start meeting more people that you stumble across it. But I don't want to just ramble, but I was basically like the I guess you can say outcast, but strangely enough, as I look back on those days, I'm glad I came up the way that I did because I have a different perspective on just how to view things, and I have a different view on the world, and I'm okay being on this side, you know,
yeah,
because it makes you who you are. And I mean, I can flip it back on you, like I'm sure you look back on the times that you grew up, you glad you came up the way that you did, even though like there, everybody has good times, bad times, and different times like that. But you wouldn't. I don't think most people would change that. You know, change how they grew up, unless it's some other things. Like abuse or something like that. But
yeah.
if you grew up just grew up like normal people, I think you look back on your life and you like, I'm glad I grew up the way that I did. And I have that same view.
Yeah, for sure. So, what was it like when you finally found your tribe when you were in high school?
It was cool because like I didn't I had like a stuttering thing because I was just nervous around people. But when I get around people I'm cool with, I'm able to express myself. So it was cool to be able to talk about different things. Uh, and then I was in a black marching band too. So that was the cool thing. That kind of cultivated my love of music because we had records growing up. My dad used to buy records and had a record player and played music, you know, on the weekends and stuff. So I was always in tune with music, and then getting in the band and meeting people like that and finding out they like comic books, video games and stuff like that. That just made it cool to be around people, like-minded people. And you don't have to worry about like you can just go where your people are at. You don't have
Yeah,
to try to prove yourself to be a part of a crowd that you gonna stick out like a sore thumb anyway, you know?
that's real.
Yeah.
And another thing that I really like, really truly admire about you, just like when I would thumb through your IG, number one, you're one of my favorite IGs because it's so like carefully and intentionally curated with
Yeah.
like the things that you post. And one of the things that really stand out is your sense of style and your sense of fashion. So,
Mm,
and whenever I see you post your throwback pics and just seeing how your style evolved over the years,
yeah.
where did the style influence come from?
Um, I mean, I guess you could say Outcast. I mean, is it okay to say his name? Pharrell. I like that whole Neptune's movement. Um, 'Cause a skater. I always
Hmm.
had I realized I like the skater aesthetic. And not being afraid to try something. Like, like try something on or see something you like. It's okay to try it because you think about it. It's like um when you look at people and see what they're wearing, they're usually emulating something, either a mannequin in a store or somebody from their neighborhood. It's never something that they actually like. You know what I mean? So,
Hmm.
um, and it's okay to get the things that you like and wear it. And when you wear it, you'll feel authentic. How you see somebody like you and they wear something, either they look uncomfortable or it's just their uniform. I want to wear things to, like it's like my uniform. It's like I'm into random buttons now. Like just putting on my hat and stuff like that. I'm into that at this point. At this point. So it's just seeing things that you're interested in, not being afraid to wear it, and if it don't work, it don't work.
Yeah,
So,
you got to be unafraid to take a risk.
yep, yep. And like if it's uh and you'll know if it's not for you. Like you'll feel it. Like maybe I shouldn't have done that. I've
Yeah,
had times where I've done like maybe I shouldn't have wore that or just you know thought it was cool then when you look back. That's what evolution like there's that happens in every facet of people's lives. Like things that they did and they look back on it, maybe I shouldn't have did that. Or they evolve, have a evolved look. So to your point, my style has evolved and I'm still not afraid to like if I see something that I like, I will try it on or and then something that I was doing, but I found the definition of it. It's called the 3-3-3 rule. Pick three tops, three pants, and three shoes, and mix and match those. and
Mm,
you can get like 9 outfits out of it, like pair of jeans, slacks, and then whatever, and mix the tops with each one as
okay.
shoes, and that'll you'll elevate your style that way.
I never heard of that. The 333 rule, man. I love learning stuff.
Yep, yep.
So
So like
what?
if you
Go ahead.
go ahead.
Oh, you go ahead.
Nah, okay. So when I like when you do it, once you, cause like you wear like you got your cool Vans and stuff, you can put that with your try it out. Just give it a try. You'll see the difference. Like if you just get three of your favorite three of your favorite pants and mix and match them and try it on, you be like, this works or this don't doesn't work. It just gives you a different perspective and how to maximize different garments you got.
Man, I'm gonna have to implement that. So, just curious, what was that one outfit that you put together and you really just were like, man, this is not it?
Okay. So what's weird is that it came in style. So I had this idea, right, where I put a necktie and used it for a belt. And like I look back and I was like this I thought I was trying some stuff and I'm like, this is not it. Then I look a few years ahead, there are people actually doing. I'm like so I look back on it, it's like I just bring up that scenario. It's like, don't be afraid to go with your first mind
Yeah,
because usually it's coming from somewhere good, So I I say that as a funny story, but it's true. It's like, like I don't know if this applies to even with you doing your podcast. Like, I don't know how many times you thought about doing it, but that first time you thought about doing it, that was the time to do
yep, it's happened to me too.
it.
You hit you hit the nail right on the head.
Yep, yep. And it doesn't come from anywhere. It comes from this, like I don't know if you have any spiritual leanings or anything like that, but it comes from the source.
Yeah,
Whatever your source is, it comes from there. It comes from the side inside of you, but it comes from the source. So I I tend to listen to that a lot. And usually when stuff pops up in my head like that, it's usually the right thing.
that intuition is something else, man.
Yep.
And speaking of intuition and really just going with your gut, you recently started picking up a camera and really getting into your photography bag. So, talk about how that started.
Based on what we just talked about, I always said I wanted a camera. And I was always using my phone for pictures. So, um, I always had a knack for tinkering, and I always wanted to use a real camera and learn a camera. So it was just a marriage. Like I wanted to, and then I always thinking of a way to create something because like when you know, we have camera phones, it makes photography seem saturated. But once you actually get that camera and start learning it opens up so many avenues, even with you like what you're thinking. It's like because you're looking around, you're looking at how light falls and uh what would be a cool shot and stuff like that. I'm just addicted to that. I'm addicted to creating something out of pressing a button and making the right adjustments. That's how I got into it now, and I love it. Actually love photography.
So, how often do you get out and just like shoot around in different
Every
locations and stuff?
I don't get to many locations like I want to, because work and stuff like that. But I shoot every day. Like I shoot, like I either I'm using my, because I bring my camera to work with me. Like if I feel like going for a walk, I just go out, go for a walk and walk with my camera just to get the reps in.
Yeah.
So and then get the reps in and having like a vision, like uh, you may see something like a a can in the street. You want to look at that can and try to make it as cool as you possibly can with the camera. And there's some people that you look at some of their photography, I don't see how they saw that and compose that. I want to be that's what my ultimately my end goal is to be able to create something dope out of everyday things. That's my ultimate goal. I want to just create something cool out of something ordinary. Like you can look at something and say, how did he create this out of Coca-Cola can and an umbrella? I'm just making something up, but just that. That's what I want to do.
I love it. So, how long have you been really immersed into the photography world?
Casually, about 15 years. Like, cause
Wow.
like you think about it, right? I think I was in that era afterwards. Like you remember the flip phone that finally got the
Hmm.
cameras on it?
Yeah.
And then I had the G1, the
Wow.
T-Mobile G. Yes. So that was my first camera phone. And I was always into it, just the fact that you can talk on the phone and you can actually take a picture. So I've been in it since then, but when you using the camera phone, you're just doing it because it's a camera. I never like looking back, I never thought about composition, lighting, stuff like that. And camera phones started getting better, and you can actually create a good picture out of phones now. Like back then, the cameras were terrible.
Yeah, they
Like
were.
they were terrible. So now you can actually create good shots with camera phones. But I was getting to the point where it's like I couldn't find the soul in it because you can just do it. So me buying that camera, it opened up my mind to kind of think about like how can I compose this? How can I do this? And it made my smartphone photography better since I got that. So I can nerd out about it. I really can nerd out about it. It's like um I'm taking photography classes and everything. So
Oh, tight.
yeah.
So, for which picture that you've snapped are you most proud of?
Uh Recently it's the ones from this thing that came from last night, controller eyes. Just catching people because they actually like dance and stuff like that. Catching the emotion of the dancers. It's a few of the pictures that I captured. Just catching them mid emotion as they're expressing themselves through dance. I love that. Like that, me actually capturing that and just being in the moment to capture it, that's like my proud that those are like my proudest moments. But I'm not like I feel like I have so much to learn and actually when you kind of intertwine your soul into the camera, like to just to find the either the happy accident or you imagine this shot and you actually able to create it. That is wow. That's what I'm trying to get to. I'm trying to be the Bruce Leroy of photography, man. I want next time you want to see me on IG, I'm just gonna have a glow around me. I might catch a bullet through the camera.
With his teeth. Oh
Yeah,
man.
man.
So another thing that I wanted to talk about, because this is something that's near and dear to your heart, and I love that you're always so very transparent and forthcoming about it, was the relationship with your dad and how much he meant to you. So just share with us what that was like with just with him around.
He taught me like just to have skills with your hands. I definitely got that from him. Cause like you know, the typical things like with maintenance with your cars, I changed the oil in my car. I know I can go to an oil shop, but I can I want to honor my dad by doing that. Just the fact that um he always wanted to give me the tools to, just maneuver around life once, just the fact that he's not here now, I typically try to utilize the teachings that he taught me. And then also just be, because I don't care who you are, most parents do not get it right. And in his case, I want to be a better man than he was. And what I mean by that is like based on the time that he grew up in, most men do not express themselves in the way that they should because we have different emotions to express, but we're taught to suppress them and they come out in other ways. Um, what I strive to do is to be able to express myself in all facets. Like if I'm sad, acknowledge that I'm sad. Or if I'm happy, or if, just be expressive by the things that I'm interested in. Don't be afraid of if, like just go back to fashion. If I want to express myself in fashion, I can without worrying about the gaze of other men thinking other things. I
Yeah.
just want to wear what I want to wear, just, because the the man code is an ever evolving template. It's never no, how you have man code, it's supposed to be this book or these rules to live by. It never is a solid book. It's all the goalpost is always moving. You
Yeah.
should be this way. You should be this way. And then we repeat stuff that don't benefit us. We see it every day. Men repeat stuff that do not benefit us. It actually hurts us, you
Yeah.
know. I got sidetracked from my, but that basically, I want to be better, be better, honor my dad, but be better, strive to be better than him, because that, our parents always tell us, I want you to be better than me,
Yeah.
and I want to honor that.
That's so dope, man. And you're doing a great job, man. And it's like I love, again, going back to your IG, like sometimes you'll post a picture or you'll like share in your IG story, like you're changing the oil in your car. And
Yeah,
I do the same thing too. And yeah, I can take my car to get my oil changed, but just aside from you honoring your dad, bro, getting your oil changed is expensive. Like, it is ridiculous. I went to Firestone to get my oil changed, and they talking about $80. I'm like, yeah, you can take my car down. I'll go home and do it myself.
Right. Because even with like, because I drive a 2020 Civic. The filter, the 5 quart 5 quart oil, that's between 40 and $60 there.
Yeah,
I'd rather do that and know I'm putting the parts on right correctly. That's my fear. Because I've
yeah,
heard so many horror stories of people going to get their oil changed. They didn't tighten the bolt up. They didn't put the oil filter on correctly. And your engine's gone.
yeah,
So I I just have that fear. And then, people, you know, depending on the place you go, they sometimes they're not held liable for it.
that's true
So
too.
so I'd rather spend the 15 to 30 minutes me setting up, doing the swap out. I'd rather do that myself.
Yeah, and it's such a rewarding feeling knowing that you accomplished that.
Yep. 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 It's definitely fulfilling because like I don't know because I can recall times when my dad was trying to show me that and I was like, man, I don't want to do this. But you retain all that information, even though you think about to that time, it's like you wasn't trying to hit. You retain a lot of that information and what they was trying to instill in you. I just remember the times like I didn't want to be bothered with it. I want to hang out with my friends and stuff like that. So I remember
Yeah,
that.
yeah, most
Yeah.
definitely. So now we're going to get into the 5 question segment. So the first
Okay.
and last question are the same question I ask every guest I have on here, and questions 2 through 4 are 100% random. So question number 1: what would Jack's go-to school lunch items?
Ooh. Ooh. You can't go wrong with uh that square pizza, baby.
Mm-hmm.
The
Yes,
square
sir.
pizza, baby. You can't go wrong with that. Especially if it's like a fresh square.
Oh man, ain't nothing like it.
That I don't know what kind of cheese it was, but that m- man, see, you got me reminiscing. And then also can I add a runner up
Yeah, go ahead.
that that peanut butter I don't forgot what it's called, but they cut the peanut butter it's like a peanut butter with chocolate on top. I
We
can't.
yeah, we never had that.
Yes, it was kind of like a peanut butter brownie
Okay.
with chocolate on the top, and they cut it into like it was about that wide and about that thick.
Mm-hmm.
Man,
Good
good eating,
times,
boy.
man. I
Good,
tell you,
terrible eating.
man, you make me now. I'm like, man, grew up in the wrong school district. Y'all serving that.
Yeah,
So,
yeah, yeah.
question number 2: when you're cooking something, what's your go-to burner on the stove?
Ooh, front left. That's
Okay.
the one. That's the one.
Yeah,
That is the one.
that's wild because I had my parents on the podcast a while back, and I asked them that same question, and I believe both of them said left front as well.
Yeah, that's
It's
that's the one.
Yeah, it's right front for me.
Oh, okay. Oh,
Uh,
okay.
but again, that may be because I'm left-handed.
Oh, okay. Because I'm right-handed, so
Yeah,
yep.
that makes sense. Question number 3: in your opinion, Where can you find the best wings in ATL?
Okay. When you when you can see some unsavory people in the area and it's a wing spot, those wings are fire.
Yeah,
Like you gotta be your head gotta be on the swivel, but you guaranteed to get some good wings from there.
I always say the thicker the bulletproof glass, the more busting the food is going to be.
Yep. Bars, you got the bulletproof glass and the bars, perfect combination. You guaranteed to get some good wings.
Yeah. So what would your pick be out of those establishments?
Uh, see, right now, you talking about you want to know the name of the franchise, the place, or just the
Yeah.
what you mean? Okay. See, right now I have a real like it's not in Atlanta, but unsavory people go here too. It's a place called Wing City.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and get the honey hot with the lemon pepper sprinkles on there
Mm.
with the three mix. So it's peach, fruit punch, and lemonade mix. They call it three mix. They mix all three together.
Ooh,
So yeah,
bruh.
yeah.
Oh man, that sounds like a good time.
Oh yeah, it's a good time. It's I do it once a week. You can't do it all the time.
Yeah,
It's definitely not good for you, but when you treat yourself, you 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 celebrate yourself when you eat
you
that.
got to. You got to.
Yes, sir.
Question number 4. What's the first rap song that you memorized?
Okay, it's gonna sound very strange because it's not and right now I can't think of it, but it's my first favorite song was Jam on It.
Ah, Nucleus.
Yes, that's like my first because I'm laughing because it's uh it reminded me of comic books because because they had like their cover for that album was so dope, because it's comic book drawn
Mm-hmm.
and because I laugh at it because the verses it's basically uh Lil Jon Chance.
Yeah.
Jam. It's basically Lil Jon Chance, but that's when they were dancing. So that is the first song that comes to mind because like me and my dad used to play that record out. That was like my first introduction to rap. Of course, you had like the Rapper's Delight, but we had Houdini albums, uh, Nucleus, like, and that's when they didn't play it on the radio. You just had to go to the record store and
Yeah.
hope you could bought a good album. And
Or t-
the rap set, yeah, that rap section was really small.
yep. And it would be behind the counter.
Yep, yep. So, but Jam on It was the first thing that popped up in my mind.
That's the roller skating national anthem right there.
Oh, man,
That's the skating
tell
rink
you.
national anthem.
Yep.
Now, last question. What was the last thing that really made you laugh?
Ooh, last time, man, really made me laugh. Oh, cause I laugh a lot throughout, like throughout my like I try to laugh at something every day to keep from crying. I'm trying to
Yeah.
think of what's the I'm trying to think of what's the last thing I laughed at. Um, or I'm usually cracking a joke. I can't like I'm draw. You put me on the spot on that one. I can't. You put me on the spot. I really can't think of anything at the moment because in these times, I don't want to be too. I have to find something to laugh at because like we're
That's
like
real.
like uh what's the thing with the the different universes are colliding with basically with the we getting into this saga with the Avengers movies. Was it what's the with basically two planets are gonna crash? Because have you read Secret Wars?
Oh no, I haven't.
Okay, so basically we're in the Marvel part where basically the I'm just gonna give you an example. Like the X-Men from one universe, their planet is crashing with another, and basically they gotta fight to see who survives. And I feel like that's what our world is in. Like it's the racist, stupid people and black people. We're really like the X-Men of this planet. If you want
That's
to
real.
be, if you really want to think about it, we're really like the X-Men of this planet because everybody hates us, and I use that loosely. I'm not saying everybody hates us literally, but we have to come back and save a lot of. We have to clean up a lot of things, and I think we're we're at the beginning stages of we have to clean up a lot of stuff, and hopefully that happens before some some random person pushes a button and we get blown off the face of the earth, or AI kills
Yo,
us.
ooh, dog. Whew. This is an uphill climb, dog.
Man, tell me about it. Just think about that, about how AI is just it's a tool that doesn't really like it's around us, but it really doesn't have any benefits because it's if you look at if you Google search something and you have that AI tab at the top, a
Mm-hmm.
lot of that stuff be wrong.
Yeah,
So and they're pushing it to us. Like you going to eat this AI whether you like it or not.
that might be the
So
name of this episode. You gonna eat this AI?
whether you like it or not.
Oh man, so man, anything you want to plug or promote, the floor is yours, man. Tell the people where they can find you.
You can find me I'm on Instagram. My Instagram handle is Jack underscore eclectic. I tend to post some of my pictures. On Blue Sky too. That's what I usually that's when I usually I post on there more and more so post on there, and then I'm on Threads too. Like you'll catch some cross pollination of my blue sky thoughts on there, and then if I want to share my picture. So that's where you can find me on there. So um I may be other places, never know.
Yeah, he's a man. He's a man about town and a man about the internet.
Yes, 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 yes,
Oh
indeed.
man, Jack, this was so much fun, bro. This was a long time coming, and I'm glad we finally got to lock in.
Appreciate you like once again, I appreciate you inviting me, man. Um, Continue doing what you're doing. Uh, I'm glad that I'm glad to see you still plugging in it, doing your thing. Um, the fact that I'm thinking about baseball, you made me think about baseball. It's like one of the few people that I actually know still talk about baseball. I I admire that because you remember I can go on a rant. Remember in the 80s and 90s, most black people really love baseball
Yeah,
in
that's
America.
true. Yeah,
And now it's just you and Wally.
yeah, pretty much.
But I want to just say again, man, I appreciate you being you. I thank you for inviting me. Like it it's been a pleasure just watch you from the side. It just how when we interact, it's just been so cool, man. I really appreciate you inviting me.
Absolutely, man. Hopefully we can link up in August at Twinkle and Glisten.
Oh yeah, oh yeah. Cause you came last time I was on
You was
vacation.
on a
I remember
cruise.
that.
Yeah.
Well,
Yep.
yep. I plan on being there this August. Cause I say one other thing before we cut out. If you get a chance to come in town, uh I think the last Sunday in it's either the third Sunday or the last Sunday he does High Top Fade. You need to come in town. Wally is so dope, man.
He is, man. He really is.
Yes, sir.
So, man, thank you so much for being a guest on here, man. Again, matter of fact, you have an open door policy. Anytime you want to hop back on, just say the word and we'll make it happen.
Yes, sir. I would love to come back for sure.
Absolutely.
For
And thank y'all for listening. Make sure you like, download, and subscribe to Since We Last Spoke with Danny Foxworth. Tell a friend to tell a friend about the podcast. Subscribe to my YouTube channel. You can find me at Danny Foxworth 843. And shout out to y'all. I'm officially at 400, cross 450 subscribers on the YouTube channel. So greatly appreciate y'all. And you can find videos of every episode of this podcast, as well as the aforementioned baseball podcast at The Plate with Danny Foxworth. My Candle podcast, which is a wicked good time with Danny Foxworth, and Growing Up with Low Country and with Liz and Danny. And with Jack and myself, there's been another episode of Since We Last Spoken. Until next time, y'all be good. Peace.
peace.